Good morning, everyone. This is Murali Krishna Janapati, and now today the topic of discussion is data structures, on which memory representation of graph. Now we know what is a graph, right? Graph is a collection of nodes and edges connected either randomly or in any manner. So graph, when we want to store into memory, what are the different memory we can take? There are two ways. One is a matrix, another is a linked concept. Let us go through that in brief. Okay, now see, graph can be represented in memory in two ways. One using matrix representation, another is using linked representation. How the matrix in matrix we can store the graph? There are two different ways. One is using adjacency matrix, means the matrix where we store the graph, the matrix we can call it as adjacency matrix. Second way is incidence matrix. So what is an adjacency matrix? When we think of storing the graph in matrix, when the graph contains n nodes, say there are n nodes are there, let us say, in a graph, then if you consider a matrix of n cross n size and we store the data, then we call it as the matrix as adjacency matrix. Means if in a graph there are 4 nodes are there, we have to take a matrix of size 4 cross 4. Now second way of representation is incidence matrix. What is incidence matrix? When a graph having n number of nodes and e number of edges, means here how many nodes are there and how many connecting edges are there, both count is required. When n number of nodes are there and e number of edges are there, then we can take a matrix of size n cross e. Suppose there are 4 nodes are there and 6 edges are present, then 4 into 6, that will become the size of the matrix, which is called as incidence graph. Now let us discuss in brief about adjacency matrix. What is an adjacency matrix? To discuss about, here we have taken a sample example. Say a graph having node A, B, C. There are only 3 nodes are present. When there are number of nodes are 3, you can see that we have taken the matrix of size 3 cross 3, 3 rows and 3 columns. So for this particular matrix, you can observe normally for a matrix the indexes are 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, like that it will be present. That is only there we represent the node names in serial as the row index and as the column index. Suppose here nodes are A, B, C. If you have represented A, B and C, in the column also in the same serial manner A, B, C we are supposed to maintain, so that inside when you fill the value, suppose A, row number A, column number A, means this area will be filling the value based on if there is a edge exists between A to A, means from source to destination, if there is an edge exist, I supposed to put a value 1. Now A to A, here the value is 0, means A to A there is no edge is there, where the source is A, destination A. Is there any edge is there? If there is any self loop, then only there will be edge, but here there is no edge, so the value is 0. Now you can observe that A to B there is 1 present, means source is A, destination B, there is an edge exists. You can observe the edge is E1, that is starting from the source node A, destination moving to the B. So this E1 is represented here. A to B there is an edge exists, so there is 1. A to C is 0, means A to C there is no edge. From A to C there is no edge exist, so that is why it is 0. Okay. So similarly, from each node point of view, if you observe A to B only there is a edge exist, so that is 1, others are 0. Now from B, if you observe the outgoing edges, that is E2 and E4. Okay, B to A there is a edge exist, B to A there is a edge exist, B to A. Similarly B to C there is a edge exist, B to C B to C, there is a edge exists, so I have given 1 here. Now similarly from C node there is only one outgoing edge, that is to A. C to A there is a edge exists, C to A there is a edge exists, other values are 0. You can count it, how many ones are there? 4 ones, means you can see E1, E2, E3 and E4, 4 edges are there. So this is a way to represent a graph using matrix. Here this matrix is called as adjacency matrix. Now let us discuss what is incidence matrix. You can see for the same graph, when you represent using incidence matrix, you have to identify how many edges are there and how many nodes are there, both count. Here for this example, A, B, C, 3 nodes are there. Here nodes are 3. Edges E1, E2, E3, E4, 4 edges are there. So number of edges are 4. So we have to take a matrix of 3 rows and 4 columns. So where row indices are identified by nodes A, B, C, column indices are identified by the edges like E1, E2, E3 and E4. Now how you can fill the data here? Here we have to fill based on column wise. Edge point of view we are supposed to input. So for E1 edge, which is the source, there we will put 1, which is the destination, there we will put -1 and other values will be 0. Means E1 source is A, destination is B, that is why here 1 and -1 is there. E1 does not having any relationship with C, that is why it is 0. So you can observe this in the graph that E1 started from A moving to B. Source is A, moving to B, destination is B. So A, E1, there it is 1, A to B, E1 to B, there it is -1, E1 to C is 0. Similarly for E2 point of view, E2 you identify which is the source, B. So E2, B is 1, E2 destination is C, so E2, C is -1, other value is 0. Similarly for E3, C is the source, for E3, C is the source, so it is 1. Okay, destination is A, so it is -1, okay, other is 0. Now similarly for E4, source is B, destination is A. Source is B, destination is A, other value is 0. So the incidence matrix, we are going to input the data based on by focusing on the edges, where 1 represents the source for each edge, -1 represents the destination, others are non-related. So I think we have understood what is the way to store adjacency matrix and incidence matrix. Now we need to identify the drawbacks of this matrix representation. If you keenly observe, when the number of nodes are 3, we have taken in adjacency matrix 3 cross 3 size. When the number of nodes are n, we need n cross n size. So how many memory location? N square memory locations we need for adjacency matrix. In case of incidence matrix, it is almost similar. Means the memory location is high only, like number of nodes are n and number of edges are say k, then n into k will be the size of the matrix. So we need huge memory in case of matrix representation. Another drawback, that is what here I have tried to focus here. See, we need n square memory locations, okay, for adjacency matrix, where n into a memory space for the incidence matrix. So that is a drawback. What is the second drawback? Whenever we will go for any inserting any node or deleting a node, then we have to modify the matrix. So how we have to modify the matrix? If you observe, suppose I will delete the node C from here. When I will delete the node C, the row number C and column number C also has to be deleted from the matrix. So again, suppose if I will tomorrow I want to insert a new node, let us say I will insert a node say K, okay, I will write temporarily, say I will insert a node say K, let us say I will point the edges like this, okay, then that K, for that again 1 row for K, 1 column for K we have to add, and corresponding edges also we have to represent. So this is a modification of the matrix is a difficult task. Similarly, in incidence matrix also, if there is additional edges are there, additional columns has to be included. Additional, whenever nodes are there, a row has to be included. So this is the drawback. Now this drawback can overcome using linked representation. So what is a linked representation? Let us discuss further. When you want to represent a graph using linked representation, okay, we have to create a node where the node having three parts. Okay, say part 1, part 2, part 3. So in the first part, we can store the vertex name. Suppose here for this particular graph, name of the vertex is A, B and C. So the name of the vertex will be represented here. Then second and third, there are two pointers. The second pointer is simply the next pointer, just in like in a single linked list, how the next pointer points to the next node. Similarly, this next pointer points to the next node, simply to maintain the seriality of the number of nodes. So here A, B, C, if you want to draw, you have to take 3 nodes where each next pointer pointing below, like that. Whereas a list pointer is used to maintain the edges list. So it is very important to discuss. So to understand how we can make use of this node for representing in linked representation for a graph, first of all, we can think of example of a graph where we need to find adjacency table. Here this is my adjacency table. In the adjacency table, what we are doing is we are simply writing the serially the number of whatever the nodes exist. Say A, B, C are the nodes. Then from each node to what is the adjacent node. Adjacent node means neighbor node. Means A to B there is a connecting edge is present. So A and B are neighbor. So A and B are neighbor, adjacent. Now from B to C there is a connecting edge, and B to A also there is a connecting edge. So B to A and C both are the neighbors or adjacent. Now similarly C to A there is a connecting edge. So C to A there is a edge. So A is the neighbor. Like that, we need to find first of all adjacent nodes, and this table we call it as adjacency table. Now here we can observe that for this particular graph we have A, B, C 3 nodes are there, and edges E1, E2, E3, E4 is there, and for that this is my adjacency table. Now when you want to represent this graph in linked representation, this is the linked representation. In linked representation, we have taken a start pointer. The job of the start pointer is it is going to point to the first node of the linked representation. So let us say there are 3 nodes A, B, C. A is the first node. So I am creating a node. Okay. So in the node A, in the node, first part is going to contain the name. Then second part is the next pointer that points to the next node. So here accordingly there are 3 nodes are there. So I have created 3 nodes. Okay. So first part containing the name of the node, node A, node B and node C. The second pointer, next pointer points to the next node. So the node A pointing to B, B is pointing to C, C is not pointing anywhere, so it is null. So all the nodes are listed. Now based on the adjacent node, we have to create the edge. So means now A to B both are adjacent, means A to B there is a edge exists, means A, okay, it is pointing to an edge list. Okay, this edge list here there are 2 parts. Okay, first part is pointing to the adjacent node, second part is pointing if at all second edge is present for the same node. Okay, here there is only one adjacent node is there, so only one edge pointer is required. This pointer is called as edge pointer. Okay, now it is pointing to where? A to B. A through this edge pointer it is pointing to B. Okay, similarly now B to A and B to C. Now B to A and C, there are 2 edges are there, B to A and B to C. So I have to create 2 edge list. nodes. Okay, so where say first pointer, edge pointer is pointing B to A, edge pointer is pointing to B to A. Second edge pointer is from B to C, so second pointer is pointing to B to C, and after that there is no connectivity, so it is null. Similarly, now C to A, so C also having a edge list, okay, where only one edge is there, so let me put here null, and it is pointing to A, so C to A. So let me take a line, draw a line accordingly, okay, C to A. Now this particular graph, it is represented as a linked representation of this graph. So here if you identify what are the nodes, nodes are ABC, what are the edges, you can see through this edge pointers, edge list, we can say A to B there is a edge exist. Similarly B to A also there is a edge exist, and B to C also there is a edge exist. Similarly, if you see this pointer, C to A also there is a edge exist. So this is what another way, linked representation of the graph. Thank you. I hope all of you have understood. Thank you very much.